Thank you all for being here this evening. For those of you who don't know me, I am Valerie Nye, the library director here at Santa Fe Community College, and I'm really glad you're here again tonight for our Fall 2025 RIGEN series. As many of you know, RIGEN is a collaboration between the SFCC Library and the Creative Writing Department, and each week a writer joins us for 2 weeks. The first week is a reading and the second is a creative or generative session, and tonight we're doing the creative session. So I'm really excited about what we're going to create this evening. After tonight, our next session in the series will be Wednesday, October 22nd, and we'll have two sessions with James Thomas Stevens, and then in November we'll wrap things up with a community reading. At the SFCC Library, we're really proud to support writers and readers at every level. Whether you're a student looking for resources or a community member pursuing your craft or just somebody who wants to explore the world of writing, we are here for you. Events like this one are part of our ongoing mission to connect people and their stories. So I want to thank the SFCC marketing department this evening, especially Emily Drabansky and Roxanne Tapia for all the support we've had in getting the word out about this series. And of course, I'm always honored to co-host with Austin Eichelberger from SFCC's creative writing department. I will hand things over to you, Austin.
Thanks, Val. Oh no.
Really echoey.
Y'all can hear the echo?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh. Hmm. Is anybody watching separately?
That sounds good the way it is
Can y'all
now.
hear me? You can hear me through your laptop?
That sounds good, Austin, to us.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Sorry, I can't hear you all because I have to turn off the audio so it doesn't have feedback. Sorry. But welcome. Thank you. We're very glad you're here. This creative session is brought to you by the Santa Fe Community College Library and Creative Writing Program. We're thrilled to have you join us tonight for this special event, and we hope you'll come back to celebrate the power of words and storytelling at our future events. Tonight's gathering is an invitation to those who have passion for the written word. If you've ever dreamed of becoming a writer, whether you'd like to craft compelling fiction, pen evocative poetry, or explore the world of nonfiction, SFCC is awaiting your arrival. In our program, students can earn a certificate or an associate's degree in English language creative writing. The Santa Fe Community College Creative Writing Program nurtures aspiring writers, providing them with the tools, guidance, and inspiration to take their creative endeavors to new heights. We believe that writing is not only a useful and practical skill, but an art form that has the potential to transform lives and connect people across time and space. Upon completion of our program, you'll have gained the skills and experience to submit a manuscript for publication, pursue a career in editing, or continue your studies in creative writing. You can also now complete the entire program online. Please see the chat for links to our program website, where you can see our course offerings for spring 2026, explore the program requirements, find information about the Santa Fe Literary Review, and information about the Kate Besser Awards, SFCC's very own writing awards. For those of you considering your own creative writing journey, we encourage you to ask any questions you have about the program, once Rowena's done speaking, of course. Whether you're an experienced writer looking to take a single course or a complete novice ready to explore your creative potential, we have classes and resources for you. In Santa Fe Community College's creative writing program, we believe that everyone has a story and every story is worth sharing. Tell us yours. Tonight, we are welcoming back my friend, Rowena Alegría. As soon as I start to say your name, Rowena, I'm so sorry. I gaslight myself every time and go, "You're saying it wrong, Austin," even if I'm not. Uh, Rowena Alegría has served as chief storyteller for the city and county of Denver and is the founder of the Denver Office of Storytelling. She has spoken internationally about the power of storytelling and was the 2004 Cobb Peace Lecturer at Naropa University. She received her MFA in fiction from the Institute of American Indian Arts in 2018, and her creative writing has appeared in The Rumpus, Mississippi Review, Henny Pen Review, and the anthology We Are the West. She is currently at work on her novel, 500 Springs. Please help me welcome Rowena.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I had such a good time last week, and so I am excited to return, especially because tonight instead of just talking the whole time, I'm going to put you all to work. And I think we're going to have some fun and do some writing. So I just got off a plane from Chicago. I'm back in Denver. I was at a conference all weekend. Phew, that was close. But while I was there, I stayed with a poet friend of mine, and we had a really interesting conversation. She said that she thought prose was so much easier to write and poetry was harder. And of course, she's a poet, right? So, do I agree with that? I have a hard time considering that I have been working on my current novel in progress for 9 years and I'm not done yet. So I don't know anybody who's worked on a poetry collection for 9 years, and I'm sure there are people who have. So I don't know. And honestly, I guess it really doesn't matter. But we did agree on one thing that I think is really important and why I wanted to mention it tonight. Poems, novels, memoirs, most all of the best examples of those have a story to tell, right? They just come in a different form. So, with that in mind, I want to do a little exercise tonight with you guys to help you generate something new. The prompts are going to lead you in the direction of a story, but I would like to encourage you to explore a new form. So, if you usually write in poetry, try creative nonfiction. Or if you write fiction, try poetry. You get the idea, right? Of course, no one will know. So don't be afraid to play and just see what happens. And alternatively, if that just totally freaks you out, then stay where you're comfortable. Okay. The point is, changing your perspective can surprise you in a very productive way. I talked about that a little bit last week, right? I don't like writing in first person. I prefer third person close because I think you can be really close to your narrator, but it's not, oh, look at me, and because I feel naked writing in first person. But a very trusted friend said, because I was stuck in a section, she said, you should try writing it in first person. And I was surprised by what happened. I got unstuck, and it really was what sort of led me to want to do this with you guys, because it, it was just such a revelation to me. And so I wanted to share that revelation with you. So you just don't know how it will affect you until you try. So I'm encouraging you tonight to give it a shot. So to begin, I'm going to ask you to think about a time and place in history that interests you. And I want you to be specific, right? Choose a time or at least a generation or two before you were born. Pick a year, a specific year, and pick a place. Again, a very specific place. For example, if I choose the United States in 1876, downtown Boston would be starkly different from a place in Taos. No? And even if you were in Taos, if you were at Blue Lake or the Pueblo, it's going to be night and day from if you were at the plaza on 4th of July, for example. So I'm going to give you a minute to write down a couple of ideas. If you can't make up your mind to start, that's okay. But first, before you do that, I want you to just close your eyes for a few seconds. And I want you to picture your place in that year. Okay? Just think about it for a minute. What does it look like? What does it smell like? Okay? Now I want you to write down 3 spots that come to your mind. And you can choose one if you want. You don't have to write down 3, but if you couldn't make a decision, then write down 3 different areas. And remember, be specific. What year? Where is it? Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you to describe your place, but I don't want you to describe what it looks like. I want you to describe it through your other senses. Okay? You can make a list, you can write sentences, it doesn't matter. Right? And if you wrote down more than one, just start writing whichever one calls to you and go with it. Okay? Um, I'm going to give you 1 minute on each of these. I want you to write down what your place sounds like. You got 1 minute. Okay. Now I want you to write down what your place feels like. And I don't know where you are, so you have to interpret that, right? I mean, is the wind blowing on your skin? Is there wool itching your skin? I don't know. You tell me what your place feels like. I just got back from Chicago, like I said, and that place is scary humid when you come from desert. Ugh, I don't like it. All right, now I want you to tell me what it smells like. All right, last one. What does your place taste like? Okay. So now you should have an idea of what your setting is like. Okay. But I want you to close your eyes again and having thought about your place from your other senses and not just what it looked like. Has your place changed at all? In what ways has it changed? I'm going to give you another minute to just make a note or two about any differences that you notice, or if you notice something that you hadn't noticed before about your place. And of course, if you want to write something about what it looks like or whatever, that's fine. Go ahead and do that now. All right. Now I want you to think about who's there at your place. All right. You're going to create one character to start with. If your eyes are still closed, you can keep them closed. Or if you want to do this, I want you to study this being. And it doesn't have to be human, it could be whatever you want it to be, right? I want you to notice what's noteworthy about this character, this being, right? What is unique about them? What sets them apart? Remember, you're trying to create with all of your senses. So if I tell you, for example, that my character lives on a farm, I want you to compare that with telling you that my character smells like cow patties and alfalfa. And which one feels richer in your imagination? Which one trips your senses? Which is more intriguing and begs more questions? Because questions are what is going to keep your reader reading for answers, right? They're curious and they'll want to know more about what happens. So I'm going to give you this time 3 minutes to describe your character. And remember, you want to be using all of your senses. So what do they look like? What do they sound like? What do they smell like? What do they feel like? Whatever this character is, okay? You've got 3 minutes to figure that out. You have 90 seconds. 30 seconds. And if you're not done, it's okay. I hope you got all the senses involved. All right. So now you have setting and character. What do we need? We need action, right? But where does action come from? Action comes from tension. Think of a rubber band, right? Say my cowpoke could stretch it over a rolled up map to hold it together, which is action and that it is movement. But who cares? Why would we ever need to know that, right? Unless this were some treasure map and he was trying to go somewhere. I'm like, you just think about why you're giving somebody action, okay? But what if my cowpoke is 7 years old and he has a shiner on one eye and a rubber band gun in his back pocket as he unlatches the gate on the bullpen? What are you asking yourself? Probably, what's he going to do now and why? And then what's going to happen, right? So even if there's no rubber band in my work, as its creator, it's my job to create tension, to pull back on that piece of rubber until it snaps. So for action, this is what I want you to do. I want you to test out some rubber bands. Remember your setting, your time and place is at least a generation ago. What was happening then around this place and this character? Was there a war? Was there a drought? Was there an epidemic? Maybe there's a birth, a party, barn raising. I don't know. It can be whatever you can imagine. There are no limits. I'm going to give you a few minutes this time to explore whatever ideas you have by asking yourself one question. And I do this when I get stuck too. This one I love. It came from Rowena Alegría. What if blank happened to your character in the place and time you have designated? So we're just talking broadly, right? Like, I want you to again be specific. What if my 7-year-old cowpoke has seen and smelled smoke and realizing a wildfire is coming, has chased all the other critters from their pens, but the bull is the last one, the last task he has before he can escape? Or what if he can't get the bull to move and he runs out of rubber band? Or what if he falls into the pen? What if it was his mom who gave him the shiner and she shows up? What if a helicopter drops retardant? Surprise yourself, right? I'm going to give you 5 minutes this time to write down some what ifs. But I'm going to ask this of you. Don't lift your pen. Whatever it is, wherever you're going, whatever ideas you have, just 5 minutes, nonstop, put them down. No judgment, no criticism, just get them on the page, okay? I'm setting the timer, ready, set, go. You're halfway there. What if? What if, what if, what if? All right. Pens up. I want, no, you can't touch a pen. I know, even if you're excited. No, 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 can't do it. Got to stop. All right. And I want you to just consider for 2 minutes where you might go with this, what you might do. Like, just look back at what you came up with over the last 5 minutes. Which ones are the most intriguing? Which ones raise the most questions? Which ones get you excited? Like, oh my God, if I went with this one, I could do this and I could do that and this could happen and blah, 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 blah. Like, just think about it. No pens, no, no typing. You just 2 minutes. I just want you to think about it. All right. Now I want you to take a left turn. From wherever you thought you were going to go, I want you to change it. Okay? If your character, and then you don't have to do all these, you get to pick, but I want you to decide on a left turn. Okay? So, say for example, your character is a male, make them female. Or if they're old, make them young. If they're rich, make them poor. Except you get the idea, right? If it's sunny, let it snow. If it's sad, make it funny. Whatever it is, I just take a left turn somewhere. Okay. And then the final thing I'm going to ask you to do is, if you're thinking in your mind, I'm going to write a poem, I want you to write a story. If you're going to write a story, write a poem or do something memoirish. I mean, whatever. You make the decision. It's your work. But I mean, another example is, maybe like me, you write in third person close, or you write in first person. Switch it up. Write in second person. Whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is just to break your habits and get yourself to inspire something different, to see what you can discover about your process. Okay? So now I'm going to let you actually write. And there are no rules. There's nothing wrong. This is a draft. This is fun. So no judgment, no criticism of yourself, no editing. Just write and see what happens. Okay? Play, play, play. I'm going to give you 10 minutes this time. Go create something. You have 40 seconds left. All right. I hope that was productive. If you changed it up, give me an emoji about that reflects what that felt like. I got a thumbs up from Austin, thumbs up from Saints. Yes, thumbs up from Anna. All right. I love that. What I'd like to do now is come off of mute if you'd like to tell me how it went. Like what I'm really interested in is what did you discover about how you write? Like I said now multiple times, I thought I really didn't like first person, and now I'm writing my novel in first person. I would not, if you had told me that's what was going to happen 6 months ago, I would have laughed. There is no way that that would have happened. And here I am, I'm doing it. So I would love to hear, like, what did you discover about changing it up, or what did you do, or what are you curious about as you move forward? I mean, anything you want to talk about. Angelo says thumbs down. What does that mean, Angelo? You hated it? No first person, no what? You can come off mute.
Uh, I don't really know how to explain this. It just felt off without music. It
What
didn't
did you
feel
change? Tell us what you
um,
changed.
I changed where my parents were going to take us to my cousin's birthday party to where
Mm-hmm.
I was laying on my bed waiting for the time to pass by to go over there to my cousin's birthday party.
Okay.
And I
And what?
tried
Why did you say thumbs down to that? Was it the story that was thumbs down? What was thumbs down?
it was my imagination.
You didn't like where your imagination took you? What do you mean?
Mm, and like where it took me.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fair. You know what? Not every idea works. I have lots of files. I have a whole novel over here that I didn't finish and whatever. Didn't quite work. Some things just don't work. Let's see. Oh, good. Some folks are putting some stuff in the comments, and you can do it that way if you don't want to come off mute. That's fine. Steve says he wrote as a first person female, and it felt different. He felt more danger in the situation. That is so good, Steve. I love that. It's so real, right? but like, how did that change like what your idea was? What did you think of that? And you could just put it in the chat if you need to think about it, or you could come off mute, whatever's comfortable for you. Okay, not finding the unmute. Well, you could put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Let's see. Anna says, and I don't know if it's Anna or Anna. I discovered that changing it up is helpful because you can explore many options for conflicts and stuff. When I changed, it felt easier to write BCS because it was more relatable. Ah, very good. I'm curious what you changed that made it easier to write. Anything that makes it easier to write, I'm telling you, that's a win. Because this isn't easy work, guys. I mean, it's just not easy work. And so if you find something that makes it easier, makes it more fun, makes you happy, I say go with it. Um, Anybody else? Did anybody try like writing a poem versus writing prose or anything like that?
Can I answer the last question really quick?
Yeah, of course.
I had a 9-year-old who I changed into a 90-year-old, and I was really amazed at how quickly and clearly the story came to me after he was old. I was expecting to run up against much more, and instead, I just looked at what I had written about him as a child and started talking about it from this new perspective. And it was really interesting how new understanding started rolling out. And the character has way more depth. And I mean, he has, 80 more years of life, um, but the character has way more depth than the 9-year-old did. There's just way more tension and much more going on. It was really interesting how that just really naturally popped up. Yeah, I don't know. I was really surprised.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. And that's like the whole purpose of this, right? Is I think so many of us we decide that, oh, this is what I'm doing and this is how I do it. Especially if you've been writing for a long time on a project, right? You just this is it. And then you wonder why, oh my gosh, I'm hitting a wall. Um, we get bored. We get kind of used to our characters, if you will. Think we know them, and we know what they're going to do. And I think if you get stuck or you're looking for, you're looking to generate ideas, these kinds of exercises are so valuable and just shaking it up a little bit in your brain. I mean, of course you'd have, more life experience as an old guy versus a young guy, but how fun to think about it first as a young guy and then look at it in a different way, like from now he's already lived that. He has this other perspective on it, and you have to have both perspectives. So you think about that as you're writing that, already your writing is going to have layers. It's going to have depth because all of a sudden, in an hour, you have depth. You have a different understanding of the project that you're working on. So, yay, bravo, Austin. I love that. I love that. And I'm just dying that we can't talk to Steve because I know he's trying to tell us something. I don't know, Val, if you can unmute him. Is there a way to unmute him?
Let me see if I can.
Okay.
I think it will just tell me that that he needs to unmute himself, but let me
Oh,
see what I
shoot.
could, yeah,
I think we
I
can
could
only
just,
suggest to unmute. I don't think we can actually unmute.
yeah.
We can't unmute somebody. I know you can mute people, so I was hoping maybe we could unmute people, but I guess we can't. I think we're almost at time, so I wanted to give you guys a chance to just tell me what worked, what didn't work, what you learned.
Am I unmuted? Am I unmuted now?
Yes.
Oh, yes, you are.
Okay. It's
Great.
a challenge with the process, digital process here.
Yeah.
So and I'm getting feedback, when I wrote as a female, in the situation of being at the 200th anniversary of the United States at the Washington Monument on the freshly cut lawn, and to see the fireworks and listen to the Beach Boys, 1976. And I went with my sister, and I a fight broke out as the fireworks were finishing, and the questions were, what do I do? Do I run, etc.? And now I realize that what I would write more about is how I would have felt very different, not being my sister's big brother and very protective of her, but being her sister. And how would that have felt different to me? I didn't get to write that part though.
Yeah, that's terrific. And even though we're out of time here, I really sincerely hope that what you generated in this hour, I mean, it's yours. I hope you will continue to pursue it and find other things that you want to write about. That's one of the things that's really wonderful about a generative session is it, the idea is just to find some seeds, and then you go off and you plant them, and then you water them, and then you fertilize them, and you trim them, and you just keep going, right? You could do any number of projects based on 1 hour of just thinking about things a little bit differently. So yay, thank you so much for sharing that, Steve. Is there anybody else who wants to share anything that they gathered from these exercises, or something that you're excited about working on? Or, I mean, it doesn't matter, whatever you would like to share, I'd love to hear.
I have one question.
Hmm.
Before you do numbers 1 and 2 and the exercise you gave us today, do you do research or do you let that be organic and then go back and do research to refine it?
Um, I do it both ways.
Hmm.
Like I'm working on a historical novel, and I'm a research nerd. I'm a history nerd. So I love to just dig in and read and read and read. The problem is I'll have 9 million ideas. And then which one do I pursue, right? But I also just like to understand where I'm writing when I'm writing. It's easier for me to imagine it in my brain if I know kind of what's happening in the space. But if I'm just stuck and I just want to write, this is the way to do it. Just who cares? You can fix this is such an important thing that I had to learn as a writer. You don't know what you don't know. And you don't know where the story is going to go. And you will have a lot more fun writing and surprise yourself and surprise then your reader if you just let it happen. Just go. You don't have to control all of it. You don't have to worry about, is this sentence good? Is that word right? Is this fact right? Who cares? Just go and see where it takes you. Because you may do a whole bunch of research that, oh, wow, that's not even the direction I'm going, right? Like Steve, if you're going to take your story somewhere with your sister, you would probably be interested in different things than you would if it were a guy, right? So all that research would just, wouldn't even be useful to you probably. So I would say it just depends on where you are in the work, right? If you're just generating ideas, let the ideas come. It doesn't matter. No fear, right? There's no wrong. Just let them happen. And then once you get into something and you want to fact check stuff, I mean, you're going to fact check stuff. Unless you're writing about aliens coming and whatever. I mean, you can write whatever the hell you want. You're making it up, which is the beauty of fiction, right? Who cares? It just make it more or less believable. And if it's not believable, then just explain why it's not believable. And then you're good.
But yeah, we even have speculative historical fiction now, right? So we can even look into real history and simply speculate and
Yeah,
sell millions of copies. So yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I recently discovered a book that was written decades ago called Of Salt and Rice. And this writer reimagined history. What if the plague had wiped out Christianity? And so Buddhism and Confucianism and Islam were the religions of the world. How would history have changed? And it covers centuries. And it is fascinating and beautiful, because of course you know we know what our history is, so you're comparing it in your brain. But you see that the rules are gone. You speculate about what might have happened. And I've read it's a tome. That book is 1,000 pages. I read it 3 times last year because I just was so fascinated by the idea. And somebody had recommended it to me because I'm working in history, and they thought, oh, this would be fascinating. And it was, because it got me thinking about, yes, I've done all this research, whatever, but I didn't know Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz.
Mhm.
And they know very little about her life or what she did. They have some of her poetry and whatever. Who cares? I can write whatever I want. It was really freeing to even think about that. So I don't know. I vote for having a good time. This is hard work. Just do whatever you want to do. And Audrey says, yeah, that she like where the story went, because yeah, you're kind of you're forcing yourself to take a turn that you weren't thinking about turning, and you don't know what you're going to find there. Yeah. Anybody else want to add anything? Any other questions?
Okay.
Does Steve have a question? Go ahead.
Well,
Or
it's not,
comment.
but I had the occasion to talk to Val briefly today, and this whole idea came up of having the inspiration to write with imagination. And that just really feels great to me.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. That's kind of exactly what we're talking about tonight, right? Just finding inspiration where you are. And I hope that the exercises showed you you can find it pretty easily. If you just like that what if exercise was life changing to me, because I get stuck somewhere and then I just sit down and I think it's really important. 10 minutes or whatever. No, you can't pick up your pen off the paper, or can't stop typing for 10 minutes. Just let it go. And I mean, I'm always shocked at how much I can come up with in 10 minutes. And you can go, for a long time off all kinds of ideas and things that my brain is perfectly capable of. But I put up blocks. Well, that wouldn't work. Or how that doesn't make any sense. Or, well, how does that fit with this? Right, right away I'm criticizing whatever it might be. And that exercise, just keeping the pen down, you just don't know where it's going to go. And I think it accesses a different part of your brain that is speaking more to that imagination and creativity and inspiration. I think you can access that in a different way if you just allow yourself the freedom to do so. Yeah.
Can I say something else?
Yeah, of course.
Like 2 weeks ago with Chip Livingston, it really helped tonight to have the brief words about time, place, all the 5 senses and character. And it gave kind of an ability to fill out writing about the occasion that I was writing about. And I really liked that. It kind of had a structure to help me.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. And yeah, I was on the Chip sessions as well, and he's brilliant and wonderful and kind. And yeah, so to be even compared with him or included with him, I'm honored. Thank you.
Well,
And thank you,
Rowena,
Rebecca,
thank
and
you
thank you,
so
everyone.
much. I think I would like to encourage everyone to keep working on what they started tonight, because in November we'll have the opportunity to come together and share. And I hope you'll come back, Rowena, for that session in November. I know when we did this last semester, we just were able to share some really great things, great starts, and creative pieces that I think all of us were excited to hear. And so please keep working on these. If 10 minutes wasn't enough, take the extra time to keep working with the purpose of perhaps sharing with us in November. So, and thank you so much, Rowena. This has been another fabulous session with you. I have so much other time I want to spend on this piece. So I
Yay.
really appreciate your prompts tonight, and I'm thankful for all you've shared with us.
Oh, thank you, Val. And thank all you guys. I'm so grateful that you were here. I can feel the good energy. And yes, I will be back in November. I would be so excited to hear what y'all came up with. So yeah, be sure and keep me on those invites.
Great. Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Thanks
Good
so
night,
much,
everybody.
Rowena. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you, Austin. Bye, guys.